exaggerated and like.
And I think to your credit, a big part of the reason the film works is because of its authenticity, which is sort of one of your big strengths as a director, I think. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you...
Yeah, I do feel that I have a big advantage of being a foreigner, to be completely honest, because it would be very different, I think so, and maybe I'm completely wrong, that if this movie had been directed by a white American dude and not a Latino, whatever, queer that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
it made you more of like a voyeuristic, like...
Yeah, and like more objective, maybe. Yeah. Like the objectivity is like I'm not being apologetic to anybody, and like I'm just kind of like portraying something that I just witnessed, you know. And I'm not necessarily taking sides, but I'm pointing out things very clearly. So I guess that gave me that authenticity that you're talking about, just like being a foreigner and not being so scared to offend anybody, because it's not coming from any. I don't have any political agenda. You know, it's not coming from a place where I want to make myself be loved or hated or anything. Yeah.
Sure, and also it seems like there was a lot of improvisation involved.
There was, you know, like. You would think that I thought because we really put this film together in no time, so I thought the improv was gonna be way more. But for some reason, it was very easy for me to write this movie, and like I wrote it in 10 days, and I wrote 80 pages, which is rare. I write slow like everyone else, you know. But this movie we had no time, and the events were so minimal that. It was really about just subtle reactions, tiny little things here and there, and like it worked great. So going back to the improvisation part of it, we were actually following a screenplay. You know, it was 80 pages. It had dialogues, and of course we changed stuff. You know, but I think if we hadn't had a screenplay like that, maybe we wouldn't had been able to make it, because we only had 11 days to make this movie, you know, and like no breaks in between. So I feel that if it was totally improv, or like Nasty Baby that had just a 20 pages outline, or Crystal Fairy that had 11 pages, like it would have been a fucking mess. Just because it happens, it's so contained. It all happens in a house, so the beats needed to be so on point. They just needed to be on point. So there was improv, but not as much as I thought it would be. Yeah.
And the inception of the idea, was it kind of just like, let's gather my friends and go to this cabin and make something?
I mean, the idea of what that something would be came first.
It was more methodical. You had the 80 pages, and
yeah, I mean, but like I started writing after I've told everybody. I called Michael, I called Chris, I called my other friends, Nico, and like I could borrow my friend's Nico's house, whatever, because we had a promise of a movie that was gonna be, this guy gets invited to a birthday party and shit gets really weird, kind of for no reason. And everybody's okay, I'm on board, good luck with the writing, let me know. But yeah, I mean, Michael is really picky, and as much as he likes me, and I love Michael and we love each other, we're really close friends, but he would not do something that he doesn't feel comfortable with. Like, he's very strict with himself, and he was like, buddy, I'm in, just show me a screenplay. If I don't like it, dude, I'm not in. And I'm like, okay, you got it. And he liked it, and everybody did, and like it was kind of a collective effort. Like we had a couple meetings where we did table reads with the screenplay that I had written, and like I wrote so fast that a lot of shit was like funny comment. Like Michael, like I don't know, Alan, funny comment. Like that was his line, and he's like, yo, what the fuck, do your job, man. What is the funny line exactly? But a lot of those things, like it's like in the action was like the description was like, then after the blue hole scene when Michael jumps into the water, like Alan and Jason really bond, and they're laughing about something. That's what's written on the screenplay. So there on the spot, it's like, okay, Michael is like, okay, I'm gonna talk with him about what we could do with the money of the bet together, and it's like so that they made that up, you know, and so on, like a lot of things like that. But the beats were really clear, not just the words. And sometimes when the content was like more superficial like that, like jokes or like political conversations, so like when they're talking about the Pope, like stuff like that. Yeah, they were completely invited to add things. But the Pope stuff, actually, I was very much strict about those dialogues. I really wanted to make a point about why is this Pope so liked? Like,
Sure.
what is there to like about this new Pope? Like, he still belonged to the Catholic Church, you know?
So what were the conversations you